We're just so proud because Camp Swift has always been a part of our lives, and to have Abby be so passionate about it, it's just great.
It's the leadership and hard work.
Camp Swift has given him the ability to do something on a scale, a very intimate scale, working with kids who are in that session. First started with his cabin, then he moved into more, supervisory positions.
Proud of the work that Scott's been doing. It's been a place that he gets to share and give back and experience at camp to kids that would otherwise never get a chance to go to camp. And on the other side, it's also given him great leadership skills as time has progressed, and he has become a group leader and a unit head leader, and we're real proud of that.
It was the summer after my sophomore year of high school. Heard about it at a Nifty event and was like, okay, it seems like what everybody does, and went. It was a crazy first session because I had Kaylee and Josh Steinberg as my co's. And Kaylee's like, it's my 8th session.
I got involved with Camp Swift the summer before freshman year. I've always been a very campy kid, and after my first session, I fell in love with the kids and the organization.
My first camp session was before my junior year of high school, 6 years ago. I didn't really know what I was getting into. I remember my mom had talked about Camp Swift, and she told me I'd be working with kids and it would look great for college, and I knew a couple kids going to Camp Swift, so I signed up. One thing that's super unique to Camp Swift that I think so many of the volunteers would agree with is the level in which you connect with the kids and how easily you can see the impact you're making. You know, there are some kids that on the first day of camp, they're shy, they don't want to sing. It's hard to get them out of their shell, but those are the same kids that come the third day of camp, you can't get them to stop cheering, and you can't get them to leave you alone because they want to joke around with you the whole day.
Seeing the change I can make in the kids' lives, you can see it in front of you, and I think that's a really amazing experience. The ability I've grown to connect with people, I probably wouldn't be able to in regular life.
For me, it's the most fun I have every summer. I get to go and be me for 5 days straight. For the kids, I know that this is something where I can see change. And then at the end, they're sitting there crying that they're about to leave, and you know that something changed, that they know they can be themselves, they can do something better in life.
At the end of every session, the cabin gets together and has a closing circle talking about what we did in the session and kind of the next move for everyone, and just seeing how much in 5 days a group of 10 people or 15 people has come together is amazing. And the kids now are excited about what they're going to do next, and they know that if I work hard, I can go to college and I get to do all these amazing things, and I know all these people from Swift.
I appreciate what I have so much more. When you actually experience a kid who comes to camp with no sleeping bag, with a trash bag of 2 pairs of clothes, this is all they have. They don't have any more. It really does make me appreciate that. I wake up, I have clean water, I have a closet full of clothes, I have loving parents, I have an awesome sister.
The first time Scott came home, the kids were talking about where they came from, their homes, and how home life was not that good. And he cried, and he said, I worry that some of these kids might not be here next year.
Abby just really became a leader. I think when you're at camp, there's just this talent and hard work that just comes to the surface in some people. Abby is one of those people.
Camp Swift had really made a difference in my life. Before that point, I had never connected with a group of kids the way that I had that first session, and I had never worked with a staff of people that were so excited and enthusiastic about making that kind of positive impact.
Now he's in school. Now he's at W.P. Carey School of Business. He had an elective, and for his elective, he chose a class in the School of Nonprofit Management. He decided he wanted to take a class in fundraising.
I don't think he would have ever thought of that had it not been for Camp Swift. It's a real growth experience. I don't know, he's more adult-like.
It impressed me last year when he went to work at camp 2 sessions. His employers didn't count it as a sick day or or vacation day and he took the time off and didn't get paid for it.
He's pretty good with the little kids. Hopefully he picked up some parenting skills along the way.
And I love that the kids that you've had in camp that you actually get to see during the year, and you see their progress, and and you can still remind them of the importance of staying in school, of going on to higher education.
With my passion for Camp Swift, I've gotten involved in a lot of ways in the community. With my temple, we do a phone-a-thon benefiting Camp Swift, and also I'm a social action vice president, so I've gotten to set up different things that help Camp Swift, and then in the future kind of explaining my passions to different colleges to hopefully help me get in.
Being a unit head was really difficult. Managing people, and I mean, it's the best position at camp, but it's tough when you have 12 counselors that they're all high schoolers and you're trying to make sure they're doing the best for their kids. But yeah, a lot of that I took back to the workplace. I mean, I got my job because of Swift. My first job out of college was 100% because of Swift. Guy Scott Butler met me. He actually says the memory that stuck out was I stood up on a chair as a wizard for an hour, and he's like, if somebody has that much dedication to continuing character as a wizard, we should have him at our company. From there, was able to get a job. It's crazy. Being able to be myself is a real eye-opener. It's really hard to know you and to get back and go back in the real world and go, all right, so I just did that for 5 days. I can do that again for the rest of my life.
Just on a personal level, Camp Swift has helped me develop friendships and relationships that I know I'll have forever. There are people that I met through Camp Swift during my first couple sessions, and now I keep up with them on a regular basis throughout the year. And we're always trying to make sure we're at the right sessions together, and we're trying to plan our summers accordingly. And it's just awesome to have friends like that you can touch base with throughout the year. But on a more professional level, Camp Swift has just been a huge part of my resume, and being able to articulate the impact I've made and the impact Camp Swift has made and what Camp Swift does landed me jobs, internships, interviews. Jeff Brody, for instance, after volunteering with me at Camp Swift, he asked me to volunteer at another camp with him. For me, it was easy to jump into an environment where I was working with kids, and it was easy for Jeff to trust that I'd be able to handle kids on that same kind of level where you're mentoring. And so Camp Swift has given me experience and knowledge and just the ability to be proficient.
So what's your favorite activity at Swift?
Rock wall.
I love the pool.
I was the art guru.
Running the kitchen or doing the ropes course.
Camp is my favorite activity.
And what's your favorite Camp Swift food?
Grilled cheese.
Saturday mornings was cinnamon buns.
One thing that Camp Swift has really nailed is that food is love.
You always find those people that say, back when we were in camp, it was so much better. And I just would want to say to Abby and to all of you who have run camp in the last 15 years, it's better now.
Absolutely.
What you guys have done with camp is amazing.